I'm doing. What a ride yesterday we had in the markets, huh? With the CPI. Let me show you guys what I was doing and the things that I did right and the things that I did wrong. Because I actually entered a long position on ETH right around here before the announcement. You can see it here. And then what happened is that I was rising my stop loss, and obviously this like took me out. So I was in a profit, but then I actually made a good profit off the announcement, but then I didn't catch the majority of the move. And then, well, you've seen what's been happening, right? It's been reversing very uglily so. And what this was holding support now is being tested again. But you see, the problem with support is once you test it, we're testing it now one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 times. So if this breaks now, that could be up for a potential short. Now, shorting is complex, guys, and I'll show you why. What my reasoning is for shorting right here. Whenever you're trying to short and you're not sure, what you want to do is you want to invert the chart, right? So you say, oh, okay. So now, if you're bullish on this chart, well, then that means that you're probably wanting to short, right? And we don't want to get exactly this part, but we do want to enter probably a short position, and we want to have our stop loss. Let me embarrass this here, invert the scale, and we want to have our stop loss around here. Yeah, might be breaking out now, guys. So problem with shorts is they're very fast, but they're also can recover. And the problem with shorting now is that we're also going kind of the against the major trend, which is uptrend. So that is a complex thing to go, but still, I'm going to explain my reasoning, okay? And hear me out. By the way, guys, I'm streaming on X, LinkedIn. Oh wait, where's no LinkedIn? There's no LinkedIn stream. Why not? Huh? Fix it afterwards. But anyway, YouTube, X, Twitch, and Riverside. Let's go. Anyway, all right, guys, let's clean up this chart, see what's been going on. Okay, let's remove everything. We'll remove all the indicators, the SMA, everything except volume, which just doesn't create a lot of noise. So the thing is, we've started to create lower lows and lower highs for the recent time being. This doesn't mean we're in a downtrend. This is obviously a buy the dip opportunity. But where's the dip, right? So we can do something like fair value gaps, and you'll see that we have this box around here that is right now the most likely place to look for longs. That is 105 to 107. Hopefully, if that doesn't break, if that doesn't hold, we're going to be testing this 102 and retesting this area of support. Now that's in the 4 hour, right? What we do know, and the problem yesterday, and I didn't follow my rules, and that's why I got wiped out, not wiped out, but stopped out, is that we were bumping into this resistance on the announcement, and instead of following my rules, my TAs, and at least like taking half off and raising my stop, I said, no, 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 look at this announcement. CPI is positive. We're surely going to break out of this. And lo and behold, resistance acted as resistance. Who would have known? But anyway, so that was my mistake yesterday. And that when you make mistakes in the market is unforgiving and you're paying for them. So now, until we get here, I think we can test this, guys. At least this 106 point, and that is my reasoning behind being short. Now let's go into the short term. And what we want to see for our recovery, guys, is we want to see this a low point touched, and then we want to see this kind of V recovery stand, right? So we have one level of resistance and one level of support. Just let's now focus on the most local point, right? What we want to do is we want to see that this that broke down is now finding a new support, but this here is being tested and is being trying to is being broken out of. Right? We don't want to see it now act as a lower. We don't want to see this being forming a lower high. Now, because bear movements are very fast, let's look at we just started London session. So if we go to the strategy that we've been testing for the last few days, we have this 30-minute orb here, and this is closing below. So essentially, we would say, hey, listen, we have here the makings for a potential short. Why? Because it's closing below. Now, this thing can bounce very fast. You see this buying candles? These are the bulls trying to fight back. But it's clear that the bears have taken over. Look at this on the hourly. We're going to see some market structure breaks, right? Let's take out the session so you can see the market structure break. Yeah. So this was the first break. This was a clue that you could have been going short. And this whole candle on the hourly was this order block. Let's put it smaller so you can see. Yeah. So we were breaking market structure here, right? Higher highs, higher lows, and then suddenly a lower low. So this would be like a zone for if we're on break this, you can go short. But that is my reasoning behind going short now, guys. We are going to probably head down until shown otherwise. So let's put this away. Let's put back the sessions up. Let's look for this channel upcoming. And obviously, also beginning wrecked. Dominance is retesting this. What we don't want to see is this little thing being broken back into, right? Because we broke this huge pattern, this huge pattern. We wanna remain below it in terms of dominance to see our altcoins, our deal altcoins pop. In order for that to happen, you see this needs to act as resistance, which is doing right now, but we'll see if it does it back down. Like another huge drop might make it go back into this range, and then altcoins are gonna have to wait for another while. So, how's Nasdaq doing? I guess it's the same old. The weird thing is that we have positive news, and yet markets are dumping, right? So, well, we'll have to see what's going on. Are we expecting some news about the war with Iran? I don't know, guys. I don't know. But anyway, looks like we're going down in the market. Looks like Bitcoin wants to retest this and is trying to hold on. But you see, when what I want to see is new support being created. This being broken is a bit of a bad sign. I mean, anything can happen right here, right? But that's what I'm going short. I did a good short yesterday on BCH, and I think it's working now again. I'll tell you. I'll show it to you now. And the thing is that BCH recovered quite nicely. So I think my thoughts is was, wow, this huge. So you can see the short here, and the thing is that I should have left it and just let run with it until this point, obviously. But when this was recovering, I thought this was like a flash crash, and then we're off to the races. My bias, because of the positive news, was very affected, and so I did not expect a three-level drop or an aggressive dump. I expected kind of a fake out or a shakeout, more, right? This is not what we got. We got a true dump, a true break of resistance. Now look at what this is broken, right? On Bitcoin Cash. This is broken an uptrend that's been going on since 5th of June. So all this week, we've been in this higher high, higher lows scenario. I don't like trend lines, but you see that we're right now we're like breaking. This is significant, right? So what I'm seeing here is that hey, we're creating a new flag, very similar to this one, right? But and kind of a fractal. So obviously, if we break out of this, well, my I'm gonna get stopped out, and this is gonna be invalidated. But as long as we are breaking down from here, I think the short is in play. Same with ETH, but ETH is breaking a horizontal level of resistance, right? You can put it here, you can put it here, like wherever you place it, it's still like breaking down, and it's significant because it struggled to break out of this 2750, and now it's probably going to retest this area. Now for Ethereum, what we want to look out for is this area. So we're looking about $100 dump to the downside, and I'll be covering at least half of the position here with the potential of going all the way back here. I don't see it, Ethereum right now dropping below 2,500, but it might, guys. We don't know what's up. Maybe, maybe selling Mango away was delayed for a month, and now we are experiencing a different type of delayed sell-off, which will last for June, July, August, and summer, and then investors will come back to pump it September, October, November, and we don't know. We don't know. But in any case, we want to understand the next immediate move on our trading, right? And so that's what we're trying to do. So these are my two targets right now. Not looking for Ethereum to break all the way down here. I don't really see that happening. Look at all the time that we spent here. We're most likely going to do this sort of fake out, shake out, and then breakout. And that shakeout can even go as low as to 2,300, which is not that much for the grand scheme of things. We're looking at around a 400 correction on Ethereum, which wouldn't be that much, but obviously it would be felt all throughout the ecosystem. So don't discard those moves, guys. Those are very fearful moves. Now, what I want to do here is um, I want to obviously keep track of this trade because we're short. We want to try to retest the next level. All right, we want to try to raise this thing, and we will evaluate when we're down there. Uh, we should look at this as probably a one, and this is going to be the two level, and we generally work in three levels for both a pump and a dump, right? So you could look at this as a one. This would be the two, and this would be the level three rise. And now we're looking at a one, and what we're doing is shorting for that two level drop, and there will probably be a capitulation, but we're not gonna bank on that. We're gonna This time I'm gonna follow my rules, and we're gonna take some profit off the table whenever we get to a safer spot. So we see that the shorts are working. The positive things about shorting when you're day trading is that if they're gonna work, they're gonna work fast, right? Because as you remember, the bulls take the stairs and the bears just jump out the window, right? That's why that's what creates the fear, right? So greed is like, oh, we're going up, we're going up, we're going up, we're going up. The bears like, pandemonium, panic, everything's going out the window, world war is upon us, the end is near. And that is why fear takes over, right? So I don't think fear will take over, guys, but you kind of saw everyone and his mother bull posting, including myself. And guys, you have to take that into proportion, right? Whoever's in this space, we all want things to like go up, and the more that things go up, the more exciting things are getting in this space, the more things we're seeing play out. Right? If you're in crypto, the thesis is that, well, crypto's going to be a big thing. It's got to solve actual things in the world, and what we're seeing with the Circle IPO, stable coins, and now regulation being favorable for crypto, which we would have never thought 5 years ago, then obviously we all want things to go up. But what we're doing now is trading, right? So we want to trade the chart that's upon in front of us. What I'm seeing in this chart is that this level of support is being tested, 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 and just now it's trying to be broken out. Now, can this just be a fake out and this will be a shave recovery? Everything can happen. But for now, for the time being, I do think we do have another drop upon us. And that's what I'm trading right now. All right, guys. So the trade's in a slight profit right now. We entered here on this break. We're This is not yet confirmed. Again, until we see a definitive break of this area, this can also be like a bear trap, right? Like a just buy the dip, and this kind of a fake out to the downside, especially since the long term is obviously bullish, right? Like the this is undeniably bullish since all these weeks. So uh, we're gonna zoom out for a bit. Yeah, guys, the trend is still up, right? Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. This is a higher high, and we're looking to form a higher low. So the trend is up. And for today, what we're trying to do is we're shorting this thing until the next higher low. Where will that form? We don't know, because we're in a short. We hope the lowest point possible, where enough people are going to be shaken out that new people have the opportunity to enter at a much better price. So around this 2,500 level, new entries coming in, a lot of short-term holders who were just, longing here, longing the top here, are probably gonna get shaken out here. And if that's so, like the short's gonna play out. You see, they're starting to play out here. We're $200 up, and we're now looking at Bitcoin. We want to see this level drop. Let's see if that's on the table. Yeah, looks like it. Now we still haven't broken above. So remember the strategy that we're trying with the session, guys. Again, it's not one to one. Okay, I'm like, it works much better on the stock market. You see, stock market, you shorted here when it broke down this, and you're a huge profit here, and it's respecting it, right? You're being respected here. Now, if we break down from here on the Nasdaq, you're gonna see also an important correction here. Let's take out the sessions, right? You see the it was respecting the simple moving average, and now it's breaking down below it. So we're probably going back to retest this support at 21,400, which which is still in an uptrend, and but that's a 300 point drop on the Nasdaq, which would probably spill down to Bitcoin. But you see, this is not the same, guys. You know, I, the balances in Bitcoin are tend to be stronger. So let's take out this. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at. So this is my focus for today. My confirmation stands from also the volume that we're seeing on the drops that are getting higher and higher. So if we would have if we would have see this as a fake out, we'd probably see the volume on the drop being lower and lower and lower, right? But this candle here, right, this drop has some more volume. So that leads me to think that the dump is not over yet. But look at this. We're trying to break inside this orb again. So the other thing we need to check is, are we wrong here? If we are wrong, this little thing here can be like a double bottom, and then if we're starting breaking above here, well, it's gonna be time to reevaluate our shorts, right? Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, still in profit. We don't want to like shorting is complex, guys. We don't want to straight away like be chasing the adjusting readjusting our stop losses, because it usually comes in retests. So yeah. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some dynamic money management to reduce the risk to over here this 15 minute. We're going to do the same on BCH, and our hopes are that this does not bounce back. Otherwise, our trade idea is wrong. No, and the things with short is that that's not sure even. Like it might just bounce back here and retest it as a resistance, and then just take us out temporarily and continue down. It happened to me here, right? It was correcting. I shorted this. This was a very good leg, and then when it was correcting here, I thought, okay, this is probably it, and I closed it. Well, actually, I could have still held it, and imagine my stop loss was around here. I would still be in massive profit, waiting for the second drop. That would be the better way to play it, instead of going in and out and in now again and out in the next leg. And that is what we call a bit of over trading, and I'm trying to avoid that, guys. But again, that's what I'm here for. We're learning together, and I'm not claiming to be this expert guru, all-time high trader. You see that. Otherwise, I'm not boasting on Twitter about my trades or my profits. But I am trying to explain my train of thought that helps me uh, uh, understand better my own trades, and I hope this helps you. So, um, okay. So, lastly, before we go off, guys, KEQs. For some weird reason, the low cap means they just don't care. Just don't care. Look at the drop in Bitcoin, Ethereum. Look at this guy, right? This guy is hovering here around 40 million. That is why it's weird, because in the one hand, like, it looks like it doesn't care about the broader market. In the other hand, those are memes. So, at any time, whale can dump, and your trade is over. But for now, KEQs is holding better than Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and all the majors. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Do with this info what you may, but for some weird reason, these meme coins are holding, which also lets me to think that in terms of dominance, we will probably retest this a few other times and maybe even fake out around the play around this 64 level. But I do expect like the big drop to come in, and that's when we want to see the altcoins really pop off. That's what we want to see out season. We've been waiting for it for 3 years. So if you've still here and you're holding, I take off my hat to you. So we're here, guys. Not going anywhere. This was a short stream. I'm going to start streaming again on LinkedIn. I'm just gonna set it up today. So stay tuned. And yeah, let's see what this is going on. Yeah, you see, so this is kind of acting as resistance, but until we drop to the next level, so until this breaks down from this 107, we cannot like start looking at taking profits or start like really evaluating this drop on the bears, right? So this is nothing's guaranteed, especially when shorting during an uptrend. It's looking good. So what I'm looking forward to is for this little level here to break. Now let's take out the sessions. We did our order block. Let's go to the 4 hours. So to zoom out, and let's see what are we looking for. This right here, you see this candle? I see this as a huge support zone. So this right here, the 105, 800, is going to be a something to watch for sure. Okay? Because this is just fill this guy, and then this would make the argument for this is a higher low, and then we're off to the races, and and this is the dip we need to break all-time high. Now if we go back further, we could also say that, hey, this is not just any drop. This can actually go test the 100K level and even break down. But even if we break this down, unless we start hanging below this 93 area, which was the very contentious area where the announcement came back in and we broke like weekly structure. Remember back here, guys, we woke the weekly structure, did a huge pullback, and that was that for a few months, February until April. That was the level, 93 and change. So unless we're trying to break this 94 level, that would be my red line in the sand. This would be the optimal buying opportunity for a higher low. If we're still hanging out for a long time around there, I might start getting worried that I this there's a possibility for a double top there, or this might not hold. But right now, what we want to get right is the next move, guys. And I think the next move for today is down. But let's see. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Almost at a half an hour. If you are, share with your friends, like, comment, and follow me for more live trading sessions. All right, guys, have a great day. Thank you for watching this. Bye.